Hi everyone, afternoon. Today we understand what is the importance of network diagram and how it is used in the project management. And this network diagram or project management and network diagram, this is network diagram very frequently used by any project manager for scheduling the project activities of any project. So learning outcomes, to understand the precedence and successor relationships of the activities, what is the first activity, what is the next activity, what is the subsequent activity, like that. Understand the activities and duration of activities, develop network diagram, creation or drawing a network diagram, identify the activity paths on network diagram and determine critical path or critical tasks, determine duration of the project. So basics of network method. It is one of the highly used project scheduling technique. In this method, project managers extract the information from work breakdown structure, which we learned in the previous lesson 3 or something like somewhere. All the activities are arranged in the sequence of their happening and time consumed for each activity. So what is the happening sequence? That is in a sequential aspect, first activity, second activity and subsequent activity, like that can be arranged under every activity demarcated with the number of days or time consumed for each activity. For every activity, immediate predecessor activities shall be identified. That is very important. Immediate predecessors. Predecessor means previous activity, to be identified to know whether to commence the next activity or not. All the activities are tabulated. You must prepare a table from the work breakdown structure. The duration of each activity will be estimated and recorded against each activity of the project in the table. In the table, you have to identify number of activities. You have to give the code for each activity. If you have any description, and then next column comes with the what is the preceding activity for each activity, and next one is the duration. This is what the table consists of. Then project scheduling will be done. So project network, normally we look at broadly events. Event is a signal. It signals the beginning or ending of an activity and designates a point in time and represented by a circle. Event always represented by a circle, which is called node. Network is nodes and arrows, right? Shows the sequential relationships among activities using nodes and arrows. Then activity on node. Nodes represent activities and arrows shows precedence relationship. Activity on node. Nodes represent activities and arrows shows the precedence relationship. What comes first and next, like this. Activity and arrow. Arrows represent activities and nodes are events for points in the time, right? Now we take one example. Activity on arrow. So activity on arrow, activity number, right? So when you look at this is a duration, this is a duration, number of days or something. This is activity. Then this is the event number 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 events and 6 activities will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 activities. Okay, that depends on dummies. The next comes with activity on node project network, which is drawn for a house construction. So activity on node, this is starting point. Then activity 1, 2, it is mentioned in the node, right? Node is the circle, right? Then what is this arrow and node? If suppose this is arrow activity, right? This is node and these are two activities, which indicates what is the indication of this. A must finish before either B or C commence or start. This is a indication, right? Then suppose this is another way. If C need to commence or you start, to start C you must ensure both A and B must be finished. Then here you can find here 2 activities and here 2 more activities. So any activity, either this or this 2 comments, you must ensure both these A and B finish before you start this one. Otherwise you cannot start anything, because unless you complete these 2, you cannot start this, because this commencement of these 2 is linked to this particular A and B. If you complete A but B is incomplete, you cannot go to C or D. So if you want to go to C or D, you must finish both A and B based on the availability of time and all those things. Both A and B must finish before either of C or D can be start. Then here this is another arrangement. A must finish before B can start, right? B preceded by A. So you must finish this one, then you go to B. In the same way, to commence D, not only just C to be finished, A also need to be finished, because this is connected here, dummy activity. So the indication is D can be commenced only when both A and C finish, right? This is the relationship, successor predecessor relationships. Dependency relationships. Consider a situation where task 1 must be completed before task 2 can commence. This means that task 1 is predecessor of task 2. This is activity on node AON. Activity mentioned here. 1 must be finished before you want to start 2. It may happen when 2 tasks can commence at the same time. There is no information about predecessor or successors. The picture would look like this graph below. So this way it can be appearing. So when you look at this particular activity to commence, you must see these 2 are to be finished. These 2 must be finished. Here you can see, to commence these 2, any of these 2, you must ensure this is finished. Consider 3 tasks, task 1, 2, 3, and task 1 and 2 can commence at the same time, but task 3 cannot commence until both task 1 and 2 complete. Draw a network diagram to show the predecessor relationship. Suppose this is activity on node, task 1, task 2. So 3 commences only when these 2 are completed. Consider a project with 5 tasks. Task 1 to start at the same time. Task 3 has to wait until task 1 has been completed, while task 4 has to wait until both 2 and 3 have been completed. Task 5 cannot commence until task 4 has been completed. So in this case you can see task 1 to be completed to start task 3. So task 3 only after task 1 is completed, right? Task 2, they do not have any predecessor, but task 4 you must complete task 3 and 2 to commence task 4, right? So task 5 commences only after task 4 is completed. So to start task 5, suppose for example task 1 takes 2 days, task 3 days, task 3 takes 5 days, task 2 takes 5 days, right? Then you can commence 4 only after all the previous activities are completed. So that means 5 plus 2 plus 5, not 12. It is not 5 plus 5 plus 2, but you see here, this is parallel activities. This 2 and 3, 2 and 1 parallel. That means you can start on the same day, right? You can start on the same day. Activity 1 can be completed in 2 days. Activity 2 can be completed in 5 days, right? So parallel means both are given resources at the same time and commenced and continuing. So 2 plus 5, 7 days. This line 2 days plus 5 days, 7 days to take to go to activity 4. So activity 4 you can start, if it is started today, after 7 days you can start activity 4. Suppose activity 4 require 10 days for example, right? If we start activity 1 and 2 today, right, that means how many days it is taking? Activity 4 commences on 7th day, from now, right? So 7 days, 7th day plus this 10 days for 4th, activity 4. So 7th day plus 10 days. So after 17 days from now, after 17 days from now, 5th activity 5 can commence. This is what the arrangement of the things or sequence and understanding the duration. Consider a project with 4 tasks. The predecessor relationships are such that task 1 and task 2 can commence at the same time. Task 3 can commence after task 1 has been completed, while task 4 can commence only after both task 1 and 2 have been completed. This way you have to understand. Task 1 and 2 can commence at the same time. Task 3 can commence after task 1. So task 3 is commencing only after task 1. That is the reason these two are connected. And task 4 can commence only after both task A and B. Task 4 can commence only after both A and B are 1 and 2 complete. This way it is to be connected. If suppose there is a task 5 for example, task 5 commences only after completion of 3 and 4. This way we have to connect. This is activity on node again, AON. So if 5 need to commence only after completing activity 3 and 4, this way it is to be connected, right? In a project with 4 tasks, the predecessor relations are given as follows. Both task 2 and 3 have to wait for task 1 to finish. Task 4 has to wait for both task 2 and 3, type error, to finish. Draw the arrow diagram. So you can see here 1 waits for 2 and 3, then 4 waits for 2 and 3. Now we take one example. The implementation phase of an organization's corporate plan was isolated for the purpose of detailed planning and analysis and found to fit project management. If considered as a small project, 6 tasks can be identified and the data generated would be as shown in the table below. Take for example first task. Formulate implementation action plan for each directorate and appoint the directors of the project. So here predecessor, no predecessor here, but it takes 3 months time. Second activity, establish a network of collaborators from among the key stakeholders including members of staff. So this can start, activity 2 can commence only after activity 1 is finished. It takes 1 month time. Then third, review previous work plan. So review of previous work plan also can be started only after completion of this activity 1, right? It needs 3 months time. And gather data and generate information ready for action. So 2, 3. Both 2 and 3 must be completed, finished to commence activity 4. And consolidate the implementation action plan. 4 must be completed. And institute a monthly review protocol. 5 must be completed. Now we look at here. Suppose we take activity on node AON, right? 1 must be completed for both 2 and 3, right? 2 and 3. Then to start 4, right? Gather and data and generate information ready for action. Both 2 and 3 must be completed to to commence activity 4. Then for 5, we must ensure activity 4 is finished. And finally for 6, right, we must see that 5 is completed. This is the way you can draw the network diagram. If it is activity on arrow, right, it is a start time, then activity 1, right, activity 1, then activity 2 and 3 commences only after activity 1 is complete, activity 2, and 3, then 4 starts, right, 4 starts only after three and 4, 2 and 3 finish. So I am adding a dotted line to indicate this is a dummy, because both 2 and 3 must be finished to go to the 4. From 4, 5, right, draw a node here, then from 5, 6. This is a finish time, finishing the project. This way we can draw the network for any information given or any project given to us. You can see here activity on node, activity 1, 2, 3, that is activity 1 should be finished. The same for the previous example. For the same example I am given a network diagram here. Activity 1 is starting 1, then 2, 3 commences only after completing activity 1, then 4 commences only after completing 2 and 3, 5 commences only after completing 4. Here you can see this is activity and arrow. Activity 1, this is starting activity 1, right, activity 2, 3, then 4. When 4 commences only when both the 2 and 3 completed. So this we do not end, this we do not leave anywhere, just we have to take a dummy to connect these two. And 5 commences after what we call 4. Or 6th one also there. So 6th one we have to take 6th one. So here this becomes 6, right? Then this becomes a this becomes a this becomes 6, then end point. Oh, I did not concentrate on that. Okay, this is the way we can look at the draw the diagram for any network based on the preceding activities or predecessors. So for if suppose there is if anyone asks you what is the immediate predecessor for activity 6 in this, immediate predecessor is 5. What is the immediate predecessor for activity 4? For activity 4 immediate predecessor is 2 and 3. This way we have to understand. Then you can take one more example. You draw the network diagram. For some other examples I can post on the Moodle in the slides. So this is the activity. This is the activity list of activities. This is the predecessor relationship, previous activity. That means for A nothing is there. For B nothing is previous. This is the beginning activities, the A and B, right? No preceding activities for both this A and B. But for C, A is the precedent. For D, A is the preceding activity. For E, again A is the precedent. For F, B, C, both B, C need to be finished. Preceding means completed, need to be completed. For G also, both B and C should be completed. For H, both E and F should be completed. For I, E and F should be completed. For J, D and H. For K, G and I to be completed before commencing those. So this is the network diagram A to K, right? Now we draw the network diagram. Activity on node AON. So A, right? Sorry, activity on arrow, not activity on node, activity on arrow. A, B, right? Then you join C here. Then E also need to be taken from A, E from A, then D from A, D from A, D after A, right? F commences after completion of B and C. F after completion of B and C. Then G after B and C. G after B and C. Then H after E and F. H after E and F. Then I also after E and F. Sorry, we can take here I after E and F. Then J after D and H. So here you can take here J will come here, J and H. Then G and F will be, sorry, this is I, sorry, I and G can take here to get K, G and I. So sorry, here, not here. G and I will make K. Then this is the end point. This is J, K is for final connectivity. So you can see clear picture in the next slide. This is what A, B and C, right? Then both B and C need to be completed to get G and F. Both A need to be completed for E, and both the A and A need to be completed for D, right? Both the E and F need to be completed for H, at the same time I also, right? Then G starts only after completing B. Then K starts only after G and I complete. J starts only after completing D and H. So this is the end point, right? This is what the way of drawing the network diagram for any project. This is another picture for the same. Here one more example. There are 10 activities, right? Survey the market, design the product, wind down existing commitments, build a prototype, place orders for materials, develop a network, so on and so forth. You see, for this first 3 activities, preceding activities are not there. So 3 are independent activities which requires a lot of time, 16 days, 20 days and 30 days. See, now we try to draw the network diagram, right? 1. Activity on node. 1 is a precedent. You check here. 1 is precedent or predecessor to 6. So you can just take here 6. Activity on node. And 2, it is independent one. Design the product, right? Then 3 is a separate activity. 3 is wind down existing commitments. Then 2 is precedent for 2 activities, right? 2 activities. What are those 2 activities? 4 and 5. Then 6 precedent of 6 is preceded by 1. Now come to the activity 7 and 8, both are preceded by 4, right? 7 and 8 both are preceded by 4. Now we can see here 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are precedents of 4. So you can take here 7, 8, 8 and 7. Now come here, 5, 6, 7 is precedent. This 5 and 6, 5, 6 and 7, all 3 are preceding activities for activity 9. So just you take here activity 9, 7 you join here, 5 and 6, all 3, right? Then for 10th activity, activity 10, final activity, all these 3, 8, 9 are the predecessors. So 9, 8 and 3 or 3, 8, 9. Of course, while I am drawing with the mouse cursor, the lines or arrows are not straight, but normally arrows will be straight. So this is the way you need to draw the network diagram, right? If we take it on the in this previous case, it is activity on node, right? If we take activity on arrow, the things will be different. You try with activity on arrow method. So activity on arrow will be like this, starting point, right? But starting point, where it is starting. So for first 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there is no predecessor. This is start, right? So this is 1, 2 and 3. You have to draw the network based on this kind of arrangement, right? This 3 directly goes to 10 because there is no other activities, right? So sorry, it is 10, right? So one precedent of 6, right? Then 2 you can take 2 preceding for 4 and 5. 5, 4. Sorry. So some of these will become dummies because 5, 6, 7. So 4 preceding for 7 and 8. Again 7 and 8. 7 and 8. We can take like this 7, 8 is this one, right? So for 9, 5, 6, 7 are the preceding activities. 5, 6, 7. Suppose we take here it is 9, right? 5, 6, 7. You can connect right? Suppose I am taking 7 here, right? We connect with the dotted arrow. So 9 will be coming here, right? Then 3, 8, 9 goes to the 10. So 9 already connected with the 10 is connected with the 3 activity 3, already connected with 3. So you can draw only dotted arrow for this one, right? This is the way we can make a activity on arrow, right? You can see activity on node appears like this. You try with activity on arrow properly for the same example. You can find this example in the slides given to you for this lesson. Then another one is another example for network diagram. There are 8 activities on how to draw the network diagram for this. See, there can be precedents. So first 2 activities no precedent. First and last F also do not have any preceding activity. So activity on node, for example, if we want to start A, right? A is preceding to C. Directly we can see here. Then B preceding to D, you can take here. Then coming to third, C installation, and D, E also preceding the B. E also preceding B. Then F. You can see F is a separate activity which doesn't require anything to be followed, anything to be preceding. F is a manual writing the manual for the program. It is not necessary to have anything, only you can write the manual after certain things are finished, right? Writing manual, that is the reason no preceding activity for this. Then G, user training only possible after completing E and F. So you can see here G, user training followed by both writing of manual and completing the file take on. Then installation of test systems, H will be commencing only after these 2 C and D are getting finished, right? So your project will be finishing by adding this with of course not necessary, we can see here are dotted arrow or something like. So this is the way we can draw the network diagram for this. You try with this is activity on node. You try with activity on arrow. This is another example, right? You try this example. You can see, I think, right? This is the way you have to draw the network diagram for any project given to you, right? Thank you. I will post some examples on the Moodle with the slides. You can work them out for learning and using for the exam.